Hi guys, welcome to Willow's Whimsy. My name is Nisi. So I thought I'd do a real short mini series. I think this is gonna be 2 to 3 videos long and not too long in duration, if that makes sense. As you know, I was looking for a job for 5.5 months. It has never taken me this long to find a job in my life. I've been very lucky. And I have some thoughts. So I wanted to talk about job sites, not websites of companies that you might want to apply at. I'm talking about like Indeed, Monster, Glassdoor. There's so many, I can't possibly name them all, but understand some of them have the same ownership, and some of them, how do I say this? If someone posts a job on Indeed, these other job sites are looking at that. They post it on their site. Okay, so you've got all these sites that have the same exact job. They also will go to websites of the bigger companies. Places like, I'm trying to think in Minnesota. I'm so outdated. I don't know any big places, whatever. Target, I don't know, is Pillsbury still around? You get the meaning. And they'll look on their websites, and if they see, jobs, they'll post the job. So a recruiter from Indeed will post the job on Indeed. Indeed, Glassdoor, I didn't use Monster at all this time. I got so many fraudulent messages from people the last time around that I'm like, never again. They have an easy apply button. So you can choose to download a resume or make one up on the spot, whatever. You can add a cover letter. It's very, very quick, and then submit, and it's on its way. Now you can see if anyone ever looks at your resume. You guys, I sent out, I'm going to say 400 to 500 on Indeed alone. Out of all of those, in 5.5 months, maybe 20 to 25 actually looked at my resume. Of those 20 to 30, 10 of them went on to say not interested or to pass on my resume. The rest of them, you guys, were never even looked at. So my understanding of what happens is that if you submit a job to a job, and it's one of these situations I just explained where they stole it from another job site, website, or from the actual employer, posted it, they'll forward it to the employer trying to get like payment for this resume. It's a whole thing. And there's really no way to protect yourself except this. This is my biggest word of advice. Any company that you see a job listing for, go look up that company, see if they have a career tab on their website, and see if the job is posted there and apply through them. It's a pain in the ass because most companies don't let you just submit a resume the way you do with Indeed. You have to fill out an entire application, but I'm telling you guys, ironically enough, I did get my current job through Indeed. So on the one hand, I don't want to tell you don't use it, but I would say just pick one of these job sites and don't do all of them because the jobs are identical. Once I figured that out, I was like, well, I don't need to apply from every one of these. That's what I've got for you today. I just wanted to say as often as possible, do that. Go and look on at the actual company. Now, there was a whole thing with how I got this job that I will go into another time. I think because this ended up being relatively short, let me tell you about contracting. So I contracted through Robert Half. Couple things with that. The recruiters for Robert Half, they work for you and they work for the companies that need contractors or temps, okay? The money comes in from the people who need us, who need me to go in and work for them for 3 months or whatever. So the catering is almost always done, not to me, but to these companies. That's the first thing. The second thing is that when I was in between jobs, ghosted. I never heard any. What about calling someone that did a great job for you? Because I did this 6-week. It was supposed to be a 3-month contracting position, but I kicked ass so well that what I was needed for ended after 6 weeks. And it was an incredibly high paying job. It was phenomenal. And I loved the person I worked for. I loved the job. Anyway, that ended. And they were able to get me into another one, but I talked about that. That was insane what happened there. I was misled in the interview, and the recruiters were misled when the company that I went to work for made contact. Anyway, so then there was this big lull in time with no work. You don't hear from them. You know, they did respond if I would call back and say, hey, still available, still looking. Have you got anything? No, not right now, but thanks. We'll keep an eye out. Another thing, what was I gonna say? Oh, oftentimes I didn't know this. So I thought that these people say, one of the jobs I was gonna apply at or interview at was a technical college near me. So if they're going to not hire, but bring on a contractor or a temp, maybe it's easier to say temp, 2 to 3 months for a project, they're now wanting to interview 3 or 4 people from Robert Half. And so it's like, so then not only, you're desperate for work, right? You're desperate. You're not hearing anything from them. They don't keep in touch with you, even on a weekly, just send you an email. Hi, how you doing? We still don't have anything. Are you still looking? Just even something like that would make you feel valued, but they don't do that at all. The recruiters get a commission based on where they place you. So if there's nothing available, they're not going to waste their time on you. So expect that going into it. Yeah, there were times too they'd call and they'd say, oh, this company is this. Does this sound interesting? And I'd say, yeah, okay, we'll submit your resume and you'll hear from us, by tomorrow. And I wouldn't hear anything. So I'd call the recruiter and she'd say, oh, they passed on your resume. I'm so sorry. Like, they don't let you know. That said, it can be a great deal. They get you great wages. It's just just because you call them and they like you and they like your resume doesn't mean they're going to be able to place you, in a 2 to 3 month position. And then when you're done, place you in another one within a week. It does not work like that at all. So just wanted you guys to be aware of that. I think it's a valuable thing, but I also think it's an employer's world, and job seekers, we're the bottom of the pond. I just wanted people to know that. So that was my experience. Hope this helps a little bit. I'll talk about resumes next time. Thanks, you guys. Mwah. See you next time.